Hello, I'm Shirley and welcome to my channel. Today I thought, as it's almost Christmas and we're all getting very excited and very busy, I thought my video today would be an end of year video. So that's what I'm going to do today. So here we go. Hello then, so here we are. This is Lily, my little lovely. She's a little tiny toy and she's very cheeky, isn't she? She's very sleepy. She wants to sleep with mommy, so you can stay on my lap for a few minutes, but if you get in the way, you'll have to go back to your bed. Okay then, so what I thought I'd do would be, I haven't actually made a proper plan here as to how and what I'm going to show you, but yeah, I think you will have to go down, sweetie, because I can't reach my plants. There you go. You go and find a nice place by the fire. Okay then, so I'll start with the Regal Shield. I bought this one earlier in the year and she is marvellous. She really is marvellous. She's a nice big plant and I haven't had any problems from her. She lost one leaf and then promptly grew the next one. And you know, she's just been fine. I haven't had any browning, yellowing or anything, and I keep her in the kitchen. So if you want a nice big leafed plant that isn't going to cause you too much trouble, I do recommend the Regal Shield. They are really quite lovely. And you can get the elbow Regal Shield, which I'd like to do, if I can, next year. It has some white in the leaves and I think that would be rather nice to have as a part of my collection anyway. Another one that I bought just recently, she was in, I think, the last video I did. She is a Dracaena Goldiana. And she's got absolutely beautiful, beautiful leaves. If you can see those leaves. So if you did see my last video, you probably saw her in there. But I'm really pleased with this plant. She's just gorgeous. She looks really nice. I've put her in this little pot at the moment with a little lacy top. So I just think that she's been so good. She's been easygoing. I haven't had any problems since having her. Just, you know, weekly watering and not too much of a feed now because we're at that time of the year. But I do think you should feed your plants a little bit throughout the autumn and winter because they are still growing that little bit and we don't want them to, you know, lose iron and all the necessary nutrients that they need. So I do think you should feed them. Another one that I had, and I don't know if I showed you in the last video, this is my Alocasia Poly. She is lovely. She's had some new leaves. She's grown an awful lot since I bought her. I didn't buy her that long ago. And she looks absolutely stunning. And she does look stunning. And the leaves are so shiny. You don't have to shine them. I mean, obviously we have to get rid of a bit of dust, don't we? But basically, she's just delightful because she's so shiny and lovely. And I really love this plant. Now, where am I going to put her? This is going to be my problem. You can see that. So I think I'll just move her over here, just for now. So, as I said, I haven't really got this in any order, so we'll just go along as we're going. This is Hurricane Asplenium, and she is beautiful. She's she reminds me of a fern. I'm not sure if she comes from some family of that, but she just reminds me of a fern. But she's wild and free, and obviously that's why they give her the name Hurricane. I keep her in the kitchen because I think she's probably a moisture lover. I've had no problems with her since I've had her. She's a new addition, and she's a lovely little plant. I really like her. She's beautiful. She's got absolutely lovely movement in those leaves. So whichever part of the room you come at her to, it's as if she's just moved or been blown in the wind. Hence the name, obviously. We're just going to have to put her there for now. Not sure if you can see her. Just of here, right at the very back, this is my Alocasia Gargia. She is really beautiful. She has enormous leaves. She's just lost one. I'm not sure if she's going to go into dormancy, but she's a beautiful, beautiful big plant. She stays in the kitchen. One of the days I will do a video in the kitchen and you'll be able to see my plants in the kitchen because I've got some others in there. This one is my Tenenthe. Now she was very tiny when I bought her, and I have had her, I think I've had her for about a year now. It does get difficult remembering when I bought these plants, but I think I have had her about a year. She's grown. At first she seemed to be growing really slowly, and then this summer she's just bushed right up. So she's a beautiful plant. She's got like markings of cream and yellow going through, and lovely, lovely tapered leaves. She's absolutely beautiful. So I'm very pleased with her. I've had no problems with her. She's just been a lovely, lovely plant. So if you were thinking of having one of these, then do so, because they're really nice. I treat her like a calathea. I keep her in the kitchen. I give her treated water so that she doesn't have any harshness from, you know, lime and excess salts and this sort of thing from our tap water, because I don't think it will do her any good. So anyway, there she is. In fact, I give all my plants that water now. To start with, it was just the calatheas, but now I give the Alocasias that water, and basically all of them, because, you know, what's good for one has got to be good for most of them, hasn't it, when it comes to the water. And then there's one of my begonias that I have at the moment, and this one is really beautiful. She has metallic red pink leaves. Can you see this colour? They are very red as opposed to pink. It's a deep pink, almost red. And she's just beautiful. She's called Indian Summer. Metallic red leaves. Isn't she beautiful? I think she's lovely. So I'm very pleased with her. She's grown quite a bit. I keep her with my other begonias because I've started a collection of begonias. So, but they're just so lovely. I think once you buy a begonia and you put it in your kitchen or your bathroom, because that's where you need to put them, for the moisture and the air humidity, I think you'll find that you'll be buying another one very soon, because the leaves are just so enticing. There's so many different ones and patterns, and some of them have this metallic sheen, which is really lovely, beautiful. So I'm very pleased with her. I had her a good few months now, and she's bushed up that little bit more. So I'm really pleased with her. This is my Sansevieria Flame, and she's grown quite a bit. Really has. She's beautiful, absolutely lovely. This is the Aphilandra, and she is a Botanica Zebra. I'm not sure if it's Botanica or if it's Botanica Zebra, her name, but as you can see with those markings. And I did show this plant a while ago. She's now producing new leaves at the top. So she's still growing, but she did have a beautiful big yellow flower here, and it went on for some time, and bright yellow, really lovely with these markings on the leaves as well. So that was that one. So I had her this year as well. So is there anywhere to put them? I just thought I'd try and put them on the tables beside me. So as I bring them up and show you them, if there was something in particular that you liked, you could at least see it. And another one that I bought earlier this year was the Ring of Fire philodendron. Now, when I bought her, she was a bit bigger than this, but I had a problem with her. I don't know, I still don't know what caused it. She seemed to go a bit yellow, she seemed to lose leaves, but I think I repotted her. I'm losing track about that now. But just look how she has recovered. So from a plant that looked like she was ready for the bin, just a bit more care and a bit of patience, and back she's come. And as you can see, all these leaves are coming up, and there's little bits of pink on some of these leaves and colours, because basically that's why they call it the Ring of Fire, because they can have wonderful coloured leaves, oranges and colours of that kind, pinks going through the leaves, and it looks fiery. So I'm really pleased to have her, but I think I'm going to have to put her under a grow light, because I think now that the sun's gone, I think it was the sun that actually encouraged her to grow more leaves and come back. So I've been sort of keeping my eye on her. She's been near the window, but not in absolute full sun. There are a lot of brightness from the lights, from the window I mean. But now, basically I think I'm going to have to try and put her under some grow lights. But never let your grow lights get too close to your plant, because it does burn them out. It dries the leaves, so it's just a little tip. So if I can find somewhere to put her. There she goes. It's Ring of Fire. And another one I'm enjoying at the moment is the Anthurium Crystallum. And she is a beautiful, beautiful plant. She has they're almost velvet to the touch, but they look very velvety. Lovely, beautiful plant. Now, a lot of people struggle with this plant, and I'm already starting to get a few little tips here and there of yellow, so I'm going to have to take this very carefully. I think I might repot her, because I haven't actually repotted her since I had her, and put her in some aroid soil that I mix up myself, which is basically houseplant soil with some perlite. And I add orchid bark, I add much, much more perlite, because it's really important. I put worm castings, because worm castings is very good for the plants. It's a rich source of, what they need in the way of feed. So I do that regularly. She has got a little leaf coming up here, but even that's just been tarnished. So it is possible that she may have had too much water at one time. I do keep her in the kitchen, because basically you need to keep these in a more humid conditions. They are that little bit more sensitive. So if you have one, I would keep it in the kitchen. Not in full light, but certainly near the light, because it needs a lot of light. And they're quite special, really. So I just thought I'd tell you about that one. So I'm doing quite well with her. She's grown quite a bit, and she's had 2 extra leaves since I've had her, so that's good. But I will have to, I think I'll repot her in the next repotting video. So I'll just pop her back there. She's quite lovely. And then of course there's Ninja. You've probably seen Ninja if you've seen my other videos. Now I did do an Alocasia collection video, so I'll pop that up there and you can have a look at that if you like. I've got more Alocasias in there. This one is Ninja, and she is very velvety to look at, but not to the touch again. I mean, just look at that. You'd think that that would be really velvety, but no, but she looks it. And she's had some new leaves, and I think we've got a new one coming up here in the middle, and she's been doing great. And I've put her just recently in the last repot video. I put her in my aroid soil mix, and I put also just a little bit of sphagnum moss with it. The sphagnum moss will hold a little bit of moisture, so if it gets too dry, the sphagnum moss is there with a little bit of moisture. So I'm going to see how she goes. So far so good, and she's grown quite a bit. She was quite small when I had her. She's not really that big now, I know, but she's doing well. She's one of my favourites. I think she's just a super plant. She looks so lovely. Such a lovely little girl. They're all girls to me, except for the big ones, then they become boys. And then there's this one. Now this one is special. This one is Alocasia Red Secret. And you can see that metallic red leaf. Doesn't she look lovely? She's dripping. I should have put her in a white pot for the video, but she escaped. Isn't she doing well? Now when I had her, she was down here somewhere, and that was earlier this year. So she's grown quite a bit, 3 or 4 inches. She's had another leaf. Looks like there's another leaf or 2 coming up at the bottom. And she's in my aroid mix. I've just put her in. She's had no effects, nothing that I could say, you know, she hasn't wilted or suddenly gone brown or yellow because I've put her in my aroid mix. No, it's quite the opposite actually. She's looking really good. And she is a rare plant. She's lovely, she's beautiful, and she can get quite big and lovely leaves. So she's a lovely plant to have. So I'm going to put her over here. And then we're getting quite close now. This is my Thai Constellation. I have a big monstera that I've had for 35 years. You may have seen it in my other videos, in the plant tour videos. 35 years old. It did grow very, very big at one time, and then started to have problems. So I had to do the chop, as they call it. I had to chop down, and from there, she was only about this big. She probably only had 2, maybe 3 leaves, and in the first year, it grew quite a bit, and the second year just blossomed out now. Since I cut down, so it's a frightening thing to do. But if your monstera does get too big for you, don't be afraid, because if the top part is okay, you can root it, and then you would have two monsteras. Anyway, this one I haven't had before, so she's a baby, and she is Thai Constellation, and she has quite a bit of colouring to her leaves. She has the yellow, and she has the mint going through some of her leaves here. I'm really quite proud of that. She looks really quite lovely, and she's just a little bit speckled. She's had some new leaves this year, you can see already, and I think now it's time. And the little one down here, and it looks like the start of some more down here, but it is time that I repotted her, because she's in the same soil she was in when I bought her, and I've just been so busy, and she seems to be so fine that I've just overlooked her and just gone on and on. But she's due for a repot, so I will be doing that, and I'm going to put her in the aroid soil too, or I might put her in pon. I'm not sure which, so I'll figure that one out when I come to it, and hopefully you will come and join me for my next repot video, which will be in the new year now. So I've been trying to think what will I be doing in January, but I think it's going to be repots, because I've got so many plants that I need to repot. I've been so busy, I haven't repotted them, but I did do some in the last repotting video, which I can show you up here, and you can go and see that if you like. Put her here in front of Regal Shield for a few minutes. Oh, there you go. Aren't you a lovely girl? So I think she's going to be great when those leaves get really big. It'll be quite quite lovely. I'm really pleased about that. Now the last one is a little treasure. This one is a Hoya, and she is Hoya australis flamingo dream. And as you can see, I get her a bit closer. You can see how absolutely beautiful she is. Just look at this flamingo pink colouring coming through. And this is a vine filled with this pink. I don't know how much bigger or longer the vine is going to be with the pink on, but she is quite totally beautiful. And some of her green leaves have got pink edges all around them as well. So I'm very pleased about her. And apparently as they grow their vines, so along the way of the vine, they flower. Now I've never had a Hoya before, so I'm looking forward to the flowers. I've got 2 other Hoyas in the kitchen, which this is where I keep quite a few of my plants. So I'm going to be showing those and this one here and there as we go through next year and see how they do in the way of growth. But isn't she beautiful? She is just absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy about her. She's just such a little joy. I'm just going to really enjoy watching her grow. Now I have nowhere to put her at all. What shall I do? Can I put Regal back a bit and tie back a bit? And then I can just put her on there. There you go. Probably can't see her that well, I don't know. Anyway, that's that. So those are my plants for today. Apart from, I was just going to show you to finish off with 2 Christmas plants. Now, first of all, these are, as you know, the Christmas plants. And aren't they just lovely? This one is a stunning pink. You can buy them in your garden centres, and don't they look just lovely? And now we have this sort of colouring. Absolutely speckled, creamy yellow. Speckled, creamy yellow on all those red leaves. They look just lovely, don't they? But the reason why I thought I'd bring them up is because it is Christmas, yes, and we're all buying some poinsettias, aren't we? But the poinsettias are susceptible to the cold, and you have to know this. They don't like the cold, and they can faint, and some of them don't recover. So it's best that if you keep them in the kitchen, think about, is the kitchen going to get very cold during the night? Maybe keep them near the kitchen door. See, I keep my plants that need extra moisture, but not that much moisture. I keep them away from the fireplace and nearer the door where the kitchen is. So there is a cooler area there to what that part of the room is. And you have to think about that. You have to dissect your rooms up into areas of full light, areas of just brightness, areas of low light, and areas of more moisture. Because if you do that, you will help your plants, because they all need these little differences in order to flourish and grow and not have brown leaves, this sort of thing, not dry up. So I'm keeping these warm but not hot, away from the fires, and up this end of the room, which is close to the kitchen, where there is moisture from the kitchen. And I know that that works because my beautiful big plant here, my palm, she is gorgeous, and you would think that she would shrivel because I have a proper log fire here. It's a stove actually, and it can get intensely warm. But no, because she's here by the door of the kitchen, she has some moisture coming through. And if I forget to spray her, which I don't always do, I haven't actually sprayed her for months, she's still fine. But I think now that we've started the fires, I'll probably have to spray her, because the difference between the summertime, when you've got the warm, hot sun, is that there is moisture in the air, but when you've got your fires and your radiators on, it dries the air out. So that's another tip for the winter time. Think misting. It is important. All right then, so that's those two, and just one more beautiful little plant to finish off with, as it's Christmas time, is the Christmas cactus. Where would we be without the Christmas cactus? And as you know, there are different colours to the flowers, and they are a cactus. They hold a lot of water in their leaves. You do not have to and should not water them every week. Again, find the right place. You don't want them too warm. Don't think cactus, they need the heat, because that basically isn't true, because remember, the fires dry out the air. So yet again, find a place warm but not blazing hot. So for me, that would be here again. This little area here for me is a different zone in the house. And they get the light through the doorway there, and then they get the light above in the lounge. So they're having electric lights all night, and they're having some daytime daylight. So they're okay for that. But they also, low light plants. I mean, I keep my Zizzy plants. I've got one over there. You might not be able to see it on the table, but I've got my Zizzy plants. I tend to keep them over here as well, because they're low light plants. So anyway, that's the one I'm going to finish off with today, the Christmas cactus. So I hope you've enjoyed listening to the different plants and having a little think with me about what they need and how beautiful they are, and what part of the room you can put them, and how important it is to dissect your room and think about that, because it does make a difference to your plants. So with that then, see you in the new year. I may do another video before Christmas, but if I don't, then see you in the new year. And thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video. It really helps the channel. And thank you very much. See you again. Bye bye.